And of course, Gary Price is our expert in elder law. And today, he explains the issues with early planning for Medicaid. Good to see you as always.
Good to be here.
So, how early is early?
Yeah, you know, there's no definition for early. It's when you're ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
And when you're ready to get some of your questions answered, and maybe when you're ready to get rid of some of these misconceptions that you have about Medicaid. If they're bothering you, then we need to have that meeting.
So when we're ready to have that conversation and make those plans, what are the next steps for any individual or family, as the case may be?
You know, the next step depends on what resources you have. The next step, there may not be a next step. You know, planning is one thing, executing the plan is something else. A lot of times it's way too early to execute the plan, but at least now you know the plan. Hopefully after we have a discussion, you understand, generally anyway, the process concerning Medicaid application. You should understand, you'll certainly understand that you're not going to lose your home if that's the case. You're not going to lose all your resources if that's the case, and it will be the case. You don't have to lose all that. So you'll understand that, so you won't be concerned with some of these misconceptions that you always hear about. So that's the purpose of the meeting, is really to get rid of those misconceptions, to understand what the next step would be with regard to what you have, your resources, and we go through that. And then also what to expect when it is time to execute, if that day comes, what that may mean to you financially. It'll answer those questions.
Well, just listening to you talk right there, maybe I've asked this question before, but what is the Medicaid application process like? Is it pretty straightforward, uniform for all, different from Indiana, different from Kentucky? What's that like?
Well, the first step is alike for everyone, and it's an application that we fill out, and we give very little information in that application. So by giving very little information, then it's pretty much the same. But then after that, it's different for everyone.
So it's personalized based on your resources, needs, etc.
Your income and your resources and your needs, yeah.
Well, you've said this before, and I was in that camp of people who had this idea about what Medicaid, who's eligible, not me or whatever, who's eligible for it, and how it works. I really was in that myth and urban legend demographic.
Sure. Well, a lot are. I mean, you're not alone. So that's what we try to overcome, to discuss, when you would be eligible, and then what to expect when you're applying.
So in that conversation, when you come to talk to Gary about whatever, is that the first? Is that job one in the conversation when they come to plan their estates?
I think job one is I usually start the conversation with what you're most concerned about. And usually it's one of those let's get that off the table immediately. Let's get past that. I think that's job one. Then after that, we talk details. We talk about it's not my conversation with you would be totally different than my conversation with someone else, because it's specifically concerning their resources, their needs.
How can we get a copy of the book?
First step is get a copy of the book. 812-475-8444. We'll send you a free copy.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.